The morning of December 22nd, 1944, dawned cold and gray over the snow-covered forests of the Ardennes. 4 German soldiers, 2 officers, and 2 enlisted men approached the American lines near Bastogne under a flag of truce. They carried a formal written demand for the surrender of the encircled 101st Airborne Division. The message was delivered to the command post of the 327th Glider Infantry Regiment. From there, it made its way to the acting division commander, Brigadier General Anthony McAuliffe, who was asleep after days of relentless combat. Awakened and presented with the ultimatum, McAuliffe initially said, "Us surrender? Aw nuts." He then composed his official reply. The typed response, delivered to the German envoys, contained a single, now legendary word, nuts. The German major, confused by the American slang, asked for clarification. He was told it meant, "Go to hell." The siege would continue. This defiant moment was the climax of one of the most desperate stands of World War II. In mid-December 1944, Hitler launched his last major offensive in the West, Operation Wacht am Rhein, aiming to split the Allied armies by driving through the Ardennes to Antwerp. The 101st Airborne Division, the Screaming Eagles, was rushed by truck into a gap in the lines around the vital Belgian crossroads town of Bastogne. They arrived piecemeal, lacking adequate winter clothing, heavy weapons, and supplies. By December 21st, they were completely surrounded by elements of the German 5th and 7th Panzer armies. The division, along with combat commands from the 9th and 10th Armored Divisions and remnants of other units, formed a defensive perimeter roughly 16 miles in diameter. They were outnumbered, outgunned, and cut off in sub-zero temperatures. The tactical reality was brutal. The 101st, a light infantry force designed for airborne assault, was holding against German Panzer divisions. They had few anti-tank guns. Their primary weapons were the 30 caliber M1 Garand rifle, 30 caliber Browning automatic rifles, and .45 caliber Thompson submachine guns. They faced German Mark IV and Panther tanks armed with high-velocity 75mm guns, supported by infantry and artillery. The weather denied them close air support or resupply for days. Artillery ammunition was rationed to 10 rounds per gun per day. Medical supplies were exhausted, and frostbite was rampant. Yet the paratroopers dug foxholes in the frozen ground, setting up defensive positions in the woods and farms. Key engagements at Noville, Marvie, and along the perimeter's roads saw American bazooka teams, often from dangerously close range, and hastily emplaced 57mm anti-tank guns trying to stop armored thrusts. The town itself was under constant artillery and mortar bombardment. The siege was finally broken on December 26, 1944, when elements of General George Patton's Third Army, specifically the 4th Armored Division, fought their way north from Ardennes to link up with the defenders. The relief of Bastogne was a major psychological and strategic blow to the German offensive. The 101st Airborne's stubborn defense had tied down critical German forces, buying time for Allied reinforcements to solidify the flanks of the Bulge. The division's stand, and McAuliffe's one-word rebuttal, became an immortal symbol of American resilience and defiance. For their actions, the 101st Airborne Division as a whole was awarded the Presidential Unit Citation. The story of Bastogne endures not just as a tale of military endurance, but as a defining moment where the spirit of the soldier proved as formidable as any weapon.